Okay guys, so I added the rest of my products and now we're ready to finish the home page. But before I do that, what I want to do is I want to take my gallery images here on my product pages and I want to move them up to the left hand side. So to do that, we'll come up to Customize and we'll click Product Page. And I'll just scroll down and where it says Product Image Style, I'll choose this one. And there we go. I'll click Publish. And I'll click the X to close this menu. Okay. And now they're on the left hand side. That looks nice. I like that better. So let's go ahead and we'll go back to the home page. And I'm going to go ahead and close these tabs because we don't need them. And once we're on the home page, we'll come up to Edit Page and we'll click Edit with UX Builder. And I'm going to go ahead and click over to the image slide so it's less distracting. Scroll down here. And let me look at my shop here. You can see we have a title here, Styles for Women, and then we'll have our women's products. So let's go ahead and create that title first. We'll come down to the bottom and we'll click this plus sign. And we'll just go to title, which is down here. There it is. We'll click title. And I'm going to change this to Styles for Women. And what we want to do is we could add, I'll just go through this real quick. We have normal. We want to make this center, but you also have bold, and it puts a rectangular border around your title. I'm going to keep it at center. You could change the H3, you could change it to H2, which I'm going to do. That looks good. You could change the color. You could add an icon if you wanted to. Say you want a check mark. You could change the width, margin top, the size. You can make it larger. I'm just going to keep it at 100%. You could have link text. You could add a link, and then you have the advanced items there. So let's go ahead and we'll keep it like that. That looks good. Go ahead and click apply. And we'll update. And next what we're going to do, we're going to add our products. So we'll come down and click this plus sign again. And this time we're going to scroll all the way down to where it says shop, and we're going to choose products. Now they have these different presets here, but I'm just going to keep it on default. So click apply. And the first thing we want to do in the products menu is we want to scroll down here, and where it says posts, we're going to change the category to women. There we go. And I'll scroll down here, you can see. Okay, so I'm going to go through these different settings here. For style, we have default. You can see how you have the product, the menu, the name, and the price over here. If we go to normal, you can see it changes to the product title, the price, the short description, and then the add to cart button here. We also have overlay. Have an overlay color on top, and you can see everything's on the photo. Just have these different ones. I'm not going to go through each one. So we're going to go to normal. And here we have the type. We could have slider. We could have a full slider, which would be a full slide, full width image. We could have row. And we could also do masonry. And you could even do grid. A lot of e-commerce stores I notice are using a grid pattern as well today. I'm going to show you how to do that with the Styles for Men after we do this one. So we're going to choose slider. The container, we're going to make it full width. And for the column spacing, I'm going to make it large, but you have these different settings here. We have extra small, collapse, where there's no space between each product. I'm going to set this to large. There we go. Columns, I'm going to set this to 6. but you could go all the way up to 8 if you wanted to. Depth, we can add a shadow. So I'm going to set this to 1. And you can see we have a shadow underneath now. And we'll set the depth hover to 2. And what that does is when we hover over this, you can see the shadow becomes more pronounced. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back and change this to, let me see, that looks good. You can also have animate, fade into the left. Do bounce in. It's pretty cool. Go back to none. I'm going to go ahead and change the columns width, spacing, the column spacing back to normal. That looks good. I like that better. Okay, so let's keep going. We'll go down to slider. And this is actually a slide, as you can see. So we'll change the nav style to circle. Now we have a circle instead. Change the nav color to light if we wanted to. And now it's white. We'll leave it on dark. Change its position. A lot of these settings are like we already showed you when we did the slider at the top. So I'm not going to go through all of these. You could have auto slide though. 2 seconds, it would slide automatically every 2 seconds. You could also change that to 6 seconds if you wanted to. So it would take longer before it would slide. I'm going to keep it on disabled. Custom posts. Let me show you this real quick. If I get rid of this and choose custom posts, here you can add a product one at a time. So let's say we just only wanted to show the ripped jeans first, leather pants next, plaid dress after that. You just keep adding products. I'm going to go back to the women's category. There we go. Total posts, I'm going to change this to 12 because that's how many women's products I have total. So now, see I have 6 and 6. Offset, you could change the order again. Tag, you could search by tag. All the tags we put in when we created the products. Filter posts, you have normal, you can go by title. And you can see because it's set to descending, it actually starts at W and goes down descends down the alphabet. So if we set this to ascending, it'll start at brown letter coat and it'll go up the alphabetical order. I'm going to set this back to normal. You could also do just sales, all your sales items, and we'll set this back to descending. But I'm going to go back to normal. You could show all, you could show featured. I don't believe we have any featured, so it's not going to show anything. But we could show on sale. And now it only shows items that are on sale. I'm going to go to all. And you could have out of stock if you want to include out of stock items or exclude any items that are out of stock. It won't show the items that are out of stock. I'll just have include. Image, we can change the image height. So we have 1:1. We have, which is 100%, 2:1, which is 200%, 4:3 ratio, 16:9, and 1:2. So if you want, you can go to 16:9, and you can just drag this to the right, and it increases the size, the height. Go up to 135 if you wanted. Just like that. And just keep it like it is. I think that looks fine. You can change the width. The radius, if you want to round the corners, you can do that. You can even take it all the way to an oval shape. I'll just keep them like it is, like they are. Size, default. Set this to original. It'll be more crisp actually, more clear. If you have it on large, it's going to be pixelated. Actually, usually it would, maybe it won't. Yeah, see if I put it on thumbnail, it'll look like crap. So you want to set this to original. You could add an overlay color if you wanted to. You can have hover. So let's say you want it to zoom in when they hover over it. They'll zoom in. You could even do, let's say we wanted to add fade out, and it'll kind of fade out to the next image, the alternate image, when they hover over it as it zooms as well. I'm going to go to none, and we'll do none. Actually, what I want to do is, let me see here. We'll keep it like that. Text, you can change the text so you have it left aligned or right aligned. I'm going to keep it centered. You can change the text size. You could have it smaller, larger. You could even have extra large. I'm going to keep it on medium. And you can even do hover. Have the text fade out, so it only comes in when they hover over it. You could have it slide in, slides up. All kinds of different, you could have bounce. You could have a bounce when they hover over each one. It's kind of cool. I'm going to keep it on none. You can change the background color if you wanted to. In fact, you could take this to black, and then you could change the text color to light if you wanted to do that. I'm going to keep it on default. And you could actually do padding as well. You could add padding to the top to push the text down. So just click and drag to the right, and it'll add padding on the top, more space. And you can see there's no space below the add to cart button. So you could add padding to the bottom as well. And you can change the position from left to right by adding padding. So if we add padding to the right side, it'll move it left because it adds padding on the right side. And you could add padding on the left side if you wanted to. Just going to keep it on default. And then you have advanced options. So I want to show you, on my store, I actually chose the one I built before this one. I chose the featured, or the default setting. So if we go up here, if you want that, you would choose default. And it would go to default. And you can see now you have the product title, the category on the left, the price on the right, and the short description. And also when you hover over it, it goes to the next gallery image, which a lot of e-commerce stores are doing, I notice, which is kind of cool. I'm going to keep it on normal this time though. And let me see, it looks like I lost some of my settings. That looks good. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and click apply and update. And let's go ahead and see what that looks like. There we go. That looks good. I like that. And when I hover over it, you can see the shadow becomes more pronounced. Kind of pops off the page a bit. Now, I want to show you something. I did this on purpose. See how this one, it actually goes further down than all the rest? That's because, as you can see, you can notice this photograph is actually longer than the others. You can see it comes all the way down here, and the others are up here. So in order to fix that, there's an easy solution. What we do is go to Lunapic. It's a free online photo editor. And what you do is you come up here to upload, choose file, and here's the larger image that I put in there. So I'll choose this one here. Okay, so let's go back to the dashboard, and I'm just going to show you. Go to Media, Library, and if I choose one of the other photos, like this one here, actually let me go back, that's a bad, let's choose this one here. See, this is 769 by 981. This one here is, let's go to this one here, 870 by 1110 pixels. And you can see right here. So that one loads like it should. It's the right size. So let's go back here, and what we need to do is go to Adjust, and no, we'll go to Edit, sorry. And we'll go to Resize Image. And here you have the width and the height. So this is 870 wide by 1110 pixels long. So we'll change this to 870. And we'll change this one to 1110. There we go. And when we're ready, we'll click Resize Image. You can see it resize the image to 870 by 1110 pixels. So we'll come down here and we'll click Save. And it saves to my Downloads folder. Over here. So I'll go back to the Media Library. And I'll click Add New. Select Files. And what we're going to do, actually, I'm sorry, we'll go back. Instead of doing that, let me show you a better way. Go to Shop, Women, to the swimsuit, and I'll go ahead and click this off. And we'll go to Edit Product. And we'll have to get rid of this Remove Product Image, so we'll click that. And we'll remove the product gallery image as well. We'll set the product image. So we'll go to Upload Files, select Files. This is the right image here. This is one I had already resized. But I'll go to my Downloads folder just to show you this. Here's the one we just resized right now. Click Open. Set product image, and I'll add the product gallery images as well, which is going to be, yes, this one here. So I'll update that. And now this should load correctly now, the right size. Yep, there we go. Now you can see it's even with all the others. And so is the image. So that's how you fix that. If you have you run into that problem, it's an easy fix. And like I said, this is completely free, LunaPic. So I'll go ahead and close that. And we can close this as well. And that looks good so far. There's just one more thing I'm going to show you. So let's go back to the UX Builder. And let me go to the next slide here. Scroll down. You can also display your products using a flipbook. So if we go back down here to Shop, and we can choose Flipbook, and let's choose let's go to the Women category. And this is just like a slideshow. It's a really great way to display your products. So you have the price, short description, read more. And you can also do a product list. So let's add another one here. do a product list as well. And you have these different presets. And again, let's change the category to women. And there you see it's in a list. And you have these different settings as well. You can order by normal. You just do sales, random, order by title. You can have it in alphabetical order. So those are two more ways to display your products on your page. And this also has different settings as well. Pretty much the same settings. Change the posts. You can see I added more posts there. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these. Just click here, delete. And there's another way you can delete elements as well. Right here, if you click this gear icon, you can also delete it from here. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the Styles for Men section. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the title Styles for Men. So we'll come up here and we'll click here, click the gear icon, and we'll click duplicate. And we're just going to take this and drag it down below our products. There we go. And we'll change this to Styles for Men. It's that easy. Click apply. And now we're going to add our grid. So there are two ways to do this. We can come down here and we'll click the plus icon. And we can go to Flotsam Studio. And we can come down here to grids. And you can see they have plenty of grids to choose from. Very well designed. I mean, these are some beautiful designs here. They did a great job. So let's say I wanted to add this grid here. I could preview it. That looks pretty good. And I would just click import. Click start. And you can see it add the grid here. And all we would have to do is come in here and open up the grid. And you can see this is a banner. So we just double click on the banner. We could change the image by clicking change media. And then we could go back or just come down here actually. Double click on text. And we could change the text by opening the text editor. Change this to what we wanted to. Click OK. But I'm going to create a grid from scratch so I can show you how to do that. So let's go ahead and we'll go back here and we'll just delete this grid. Let's see. Right here, click delete. And we'll delete the section here as well. That's what we need to do. There we go. Okay, so we'll come up here and we'll click the plus icon. And this time we'll come down here and click grid. And I'm going to use grid number 9. You can see they have all kinds of different setups here. I'm going to use grid 9. That looks good. Click apply. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and add our first element. And first one I want to do is I want to change this to full width. There we go. The height looks good. Spacing looks good. You can change the spacing to normal. It makes it wider. Large, you can have extra small spacing. I like small. That looks good. Column depth, you could change that. See, it adds a more pronounced shadow. I don't want a shadow though. And same thing with, you could do the same with on hover. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that. And we'll come back in here and we'll click plus icon and we'll add a banner. And what I want to do here is add a badge simple banner. So I'll click apply. And the first thing I'm going to do is add the media, the image background. So we go to upload files. select files, and I'll have to go back to our website folder here, homepage, and homepage images. This is going to be Styles for Men, and I'll just upload all of these. So I'm going to choose this one here, click use this image. There we go. Next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drag this up. Right about there, that looks good. And I'm going to go ahead and come back here, open up banner, open up text box, and I'm going to change the text. So I'll double click on text, and I'll click open text editor. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. There we go, so we just have new summer trends. And I'm going to change this to say, see here, men's suits and ties. And I want that to be larger, so I'm going to highlight that. And you can see this is already open. So if it's not open, just go ahead and click this toolbar toggle. And this allows you to change the font size. So I'm going to change this to 130%. I like that, so I'm going to click OK. That looks good. And now let's change the button. So we'll go back to the main menu here, and we'll double click on button. And I want this to say View Collection. So I'll change the tent. There we go. And I want to keep it all capitals. I want to change this to the primary color. And I want to change the style to default. And that way it's kind of hard to see, but it's a blue button that's solid. Size, I'm going to change that to extra, extra large. I want that really big. I'm going to leave the radius, depth, all this stuff the same. We could expand it to be full width, but I want to keep it like that. And we could add an icon if we wanted to. Let me see. I don't know if there's anything that would be maybe a shopping bag, shopping basket, you know, if you wanted to, but I'm not going to. So I'll leave that none. You can link to it as well. I'm going to do that later. And everything else looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that. Update it. And we'll move on to the next grid section. So we'll come over here, we'll click the plus icon and choose a banner again. And I believe it's the same banner. Yep. So I'll come down here and choose badge simple. Apply. And this time I'm going to select the media here. Choose the shoes. That looks good. And let's go ahead and change the text again. So we'll double click text. Open text editor. And this is going to say shoes and accessories. First I'll get rid of this. Backspace, bring that up. And I'll change the size to 130% as well. Oops. Make sure you highlight it first. There we go. Click OK. I'm going to go ahead and drag this up to where I want it. That looks good. And we'll go back. And we'll double click on the button to change that. There we go. Change this to primary again. Change the style to default. Change the size to extra, extra large. And everything else is good. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that and update. And let me just make sure. Actually, I think that button's a little bit smaller. So yeah, we'll go back here and I'm going to change this to extra large. There we go. There we go. Do that again. Okay, let's go to the next grid section. And we'll add a banner. And this one I believe is, let me see. Same one. Badge simple. There we go. So we'll apply. We'll add our media. And this time we're going to position the picture so that we see his face. There we go. And let's go ahead and keep everything the same here. So I'll go ahead and change the text here. Open the text editor. And it's going to say Summer 2019 shirts and tees. Change this. And let's go ahead and change the size of this here. That looks right. And I'm going to change this, make this a little bit bigger as well. That looks good. Click OK. Actually, let me make sure here. Yeah, it looks right. So we'll click OK. Apply. And we'll go ahead and change the button. Oops. There we go. And that one is going to say shop now, so that's good. Leave it capitals, change this to primary, change it to default, and change the size. Looks pretty large, so I'm going to change that to extra large. There we go, that looks good. Go ahead and apply that, and I'll update it. And let's do the next section. Select media, maybe this guy. And this time I want to show just his jeans. There we go. And the size is good. Leave that there, so I'll click apply. Okay, and now we'll go back into the banner here. And we'll open the text box and we'll change the text. Open the text editor and change this to 2019. And this one will say jeans and chinos. There we go. Go ahead and change the size. And this one as well. That looks good. Click OK. And we'll click apply. And next we'll change the button. And we'll make this primary, default, and size will be extra large. That looks good. Click apply. And there we go. Now let me see here. I'm going to move this button to the left here. I can have it on my old site. So let's go back to text box. And let me see here. Position the text to the left. There we go. And we have all these different settings, by the way. Like most of the other settings, radius, depth hover. You can change all these. Add a shadow to the text if you want. Like that. Actually, that's kind of cool. I think I'll do that. So let's do that. And we'll just go back to each of these. There we go. Go ahead and update. And let's see what that looks like. Oops. Okay, let's try this. Update again. Okay, if this ever happens, just go back to your dashboard and you can right click, open link a new tab. And now we can see the front of this page. That looks good. There's one thing I forgot to do, and that is I want to put an overlay on these images and then have a hover effect so that when you hover over it, it removes the overlay. So let's go back here and go back into the first banner. Come down here. Let's see. Remove overlay on hover. That looks good. Apply that. Let's go to the next one. There we go. Apply that. And the last one. Remove overlay. And let me refresh the page here. There we go. I like that. That looks good. Okay, let's go back here. Now we're going to create the accessory section.